Joseph was now in a dungeon. Psalm 105 tells us his feet were bound with chains and his neck was fastened in iron. But even there, we're told the Lord was with Joseph. And just like before, Joseph's character began to shine. The prison warden noticed him and trusted him. Before long, Joseph was running a prison now. Once again, God's presence brought favor, and Joseph's faithfulness opened doors. But even more important than favor was formation. These dark seasons were shaping Joseph. Each experience deepened his faith, strengthened his leadership, and humbled his heart. God wasn't just preparing Joseph for a promotion. He was preparing him for a purpose. And this is the lesson. Sometimes God's greatest work isn't changing your situation. It's changing you in the middle of it. God was developing the kind of man who could carry the weight of leadership. A person who would save lives during severe famine. A person who would forgive his brothers and reconcile a broken family. The work God was doing in the dungeon was just as important as the work he would do through Joseph in the palace. Looking back, every step of Joseph's story was part of a bigger plan. If he hadn't been thrown in prison, he wouldn't have met Pharaoh's cupbearer, right? And if he didn't met the cupbearer, he wouldn't have been called to interpret Pharaoh's dream. And if he hadn't interpreted that dream, he wouldn't have become second in command over all of Egypt, saving millions during a devastating famine. God didn't just work around the pain. He worked through it. Every betrayal, every setback, every moment of injustice was woven into something redemptive. And this all points to an even greater story, the story of Jesus. Because Jesus was also betrayed, forcibly accused, and punished, though he was absolutely innocent. At the cross, people meant evil, but God meant it for good. Jesus willingly entered the suffering to bring us life. God treated his son like a guilty criminal so that we could be treated as righteous. Jesus bore our sins so we could know God's love.